Sorry. Hello. I was telling Kristen backstage, I love beach music. It's from growing up in California. The Beach Boys, the Go-Go's, that's my jam.
It's
Look,
fun.
Kristen, there's people here watching us.
Yeah,
There
that's
are.
lovely.
How are you doing this week, my dear?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Today was a very tired day, though. Like I have chronic fatigue syndrome, and today was like an extra bad day for that. But other than that, life has been good to me, so I can't complain. So
That's good. I've got my giant teacup and
yes,
my water. I sip. I love my teacup because it's not only giant, it says it's not easy being a
I
princess.
love that.
Ah,
I have a mug that says "Queen of fucking everything." I love it.
yes, that's what I need. That's what I need. How's the new year been with you, dear?
The new year, I mean, it's only a few days in, but it's been good. Had dinner with friends last night, have things in the works for the new year that'll keep me busy. And so, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. How
I'm
about you?
excited. Well, I'm excited, but I realized that I did a thing where I wrote down everything I didn't want in my life anymore, and that included people. But now that I've done that list and cut ties, I'm like, what next? There's all this
Mhm.
energy inside me for what do I do next? So, which prompted our topic for the night. It's all
Mhm.
about change. We're heading into the year of the snake. Um, what do we need to let go? How do we need to proceed? Which is exactly what we're going to be reading on tonight. So, let's take a look at our gallery, shall we? We have Madame Maru's House of Cards. What's up, Maruta? Loving you,
Hi.
dear. I'm still looking forward to the mail, watching for your present. Thank you very much. That was very sweet of you. And then she's posted our links on here. We've got Emily. Hey, girl. I do it like on TV. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Julianne Guthrie. Every time you show up, Julianne, I get a smile. I don't know why. You just have a positive vibe about you. We've got Nathan. Hello, Nathan. He says, hello, I'm new here. Well, welcome to
Welcome.
my channel. You'll see a lot of familiar faces in the gallery. If you watch the tarot channels, we're all one big tribe for the most part. Joanne, how you doing, girl? And then we've got other people will be showing up. So yeah, I'm getting over the flu. Last week I had the flu
That's
really
awful.
bad. It was not pretty. But I posted on it on Facebook and people started sending good vibes, which I was touched. You know, when you're so sick that you read something like that and you're like,
Yes.
so that's exactly what happened. I turned into Beaker from the Muppet. Yeah, exactly. Uh, I'm very grateful to have the friends that I have who are good, caring people. I'm slowly shutting my other Facebook account down.
Hmm.
I'm like shedding people that I don't want people to realize I've cut it off all at once.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's just I haven't checked it in 6 months. So Aunt Jonah says it's the wood snake. Okay, for that we're Chinese New Year. What do you know the sign you were born under for the Chinese calendar?
I think snake. I
Oh, so this is your
think.
time.
I'd have to. I'm pretty sure it's a snake. So I would have to look it up though.
What up,
1977.
Chris?
Whatever. Let me look that up really quick.
All right. I call it the year of the chicken. Ever since I was a kid, everybody says the year of the cock. You're a fire rooster. Ah, see, so we're the same. A fire rooster.
Yes, and I'm a snake. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Not sure what it means. I don't know anything about the Chinese zodiac, but
Neither do I. We should have a show about that. Find out from somebody who actually knows. I bet
yeah.
Maru knows. Maru knows all. Maru knows all. Hmm. Okay, so since this is the year of the snake, you guys, the prompt for today is not hashtag bung like we have on 420 Tarot. Not tonight. Tonight, the hashtag is snake. Hashtag capital letters snake. Okay. So if you would like a reading, oh, there's different type of roosters. Is there, Maru? A
Ooh.
gold earth rooster? I'm intrigued. I told you she would know more.
I think I'm a
Okay.
fire snake, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah, let me just star a couple. Oh no! Julianne,
Ooh.
the chat moves, so let me star this one. Whatever you had just Mater, you gotta be different. What the hell? Hashtag hiss. Okay. I will accept the answer. Emily, star. Yeah, I when chat moves too fast, it made me jump and miss. And I think I deleted your comment. Uh-oh. It was Nathan got banned.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no. Shit. I hate that. I didn't want to ban him.
How do you unban someone?
I don't know. Let me see. That's a very good question. No, 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 no. I don't see. Mario, if you know how to unban, how do I unban somebody?
Go to myaccount.google.com/block list. That's what Google says.
Okay, tell me again.
myaccount.google.com/block list.
My account.
.google.com.
I feel awful. Okay. We shall not proceed until I figure out how to do this.
Then /block list.
Shit. I don't know if you guys have noticed I'm not wearing glasses tonight. That's because I sat on them again.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, poor Nathan. Oh, I feel awful. It was an accident, bro. I'm sorry. I can't see my phone. I'm trying, but I'm doing the same thing on my phone that I did. So, no, Jay, not accidental timeout. I banned the little fucker. Um, we'll see if he comes back in. Hashtag accidental ban. Thanks, Julie. I did put somebody in timeout a few weeks ago. I think it was Jennifer. I was like, oh no. Hi Jay, how you doing, love? For those who didn't see our last broadcast where 420 Tarot, Jay joined me, Majestic Oracle, and it was magical. We had a good time with each other, but there was a lot of winky shit going on in the background. Like her lights kept going on and off. A mirror that had been hanging on my wall for years came flying down. and it's on air. Um, so when Jay and I get together, I think we need to do better on our grounding. And I
Yeah.
say that from my side. All right. So the first person up tonight is Moira. I'm gonna have to put the whole Nathan thing behind me to do this. So I'm sorry, Nathan. I'm not forgetting you, but I do need to put you out of my mind right now. If you're watching this back on replay, it was a mistake. And if you'd like, contact me through email and I will do a full session reading with you as compensation because I just feel awful. So let's shuffle up these cards for Moira. And remember, this is all about change, Moira. What do you need to shed and how do you need to proceed? So I'm going to do the what you need to shed, and my lovely colleague is going to do the how do you need to proceed. Okay. It was interesting, Jay. You're right. But they were really good readings.
Good.
Oh, yeah. All right, girlfriend. So here's what I got for you. Um, I threw three cards. The Knight of Cups upside down is the Dream Lover Knight. The Four of Swords upside down and the Queen of Cups right side up. I am using the Fenestra Tarot. So first on our list tonight, the Knight of Cups upside down. Um, I'm getting the feeling you may be a people pleaser, Moira, that you want to be there offering help to everybody, like the Knight of Cups does. He has his cup that he offers. I think it's time for you to stop trying to help as many people. Be a little more discerning on who gets your energy and your power. Right? That seems to be a thing for this time of year. And I'm afraid, dear, it applies to you. And I say this because the next card, the Four of Swords in reverse, says you're not taking the time to focus on yourself. You're not finding your balance. You're out of balance because you're putting too much energy into other people. All right. The Queen of Cups is the mother figure, the provider for emotional support, the woman who gives of herself freely without hesitation. The Queen of Cups is water of water. All right, so that is 100% emotion. You run on your emotions. Uh, please make sure that you are taking care of yourself. All right. What do you need to um, shed is the giving people more of yourself than you should. That's what you need to shed. What do you have, Kristen?
I'm using the Stunning Tarot, and I got the Three of Wands as the first card, or the Two of Wands, sorry. And then the Six of Cups for the second, and then the Seven of Coins for the third. And so this deck is a little different. So it doesn't directly correspond with the Rider-Waite-Smith all the time. So, but the Two of Wands, you see a witch that's sitting there. This is the suit of witches, is the wands, and she's holding up the two wands, and she has a pentacle behind her, and she is sort of harnessing her own power. She's planning how to invest in her own power. And so some planning needs to be done, some thinking, some strategizing needs to be done. So this is about practicality. This is about putting your hands in the dirt and figuring out what you strategically need to do to work on that need to please other people. The next card is the Six of Cups. And I'm going to say this card is saying you need to forget about who you used to be, who you used to, like the nice person,
I like that.
the person who judged herself as being good by putting other people first. That's all right, well and good. Like being selfless is a lovely thing. But this is saying don't get caught up in, an identity. Say like, but this is me. This is how I am. This is how I know myself to be. This is how I define myself as being good. These are my ethics and stuff like that. But this is saying you need to shed that. You need to let go of this idea, this identity of being that kind of person that you've always been, And then you got the Seven of Coins, and this is about investing in yourself. It's about having the patience. It's going to take a while, to try to balance putting yourself first and taking care of other people. But just with some patience, some work, putting in that work for yourself, over time, it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off. You're going to be able to replenish your energy. You're going to be able to just have a better sense of self, a better sense of boundaries. So yeah, that's what I have for you.
Thank you, Kristen.
You're welcome.
Jay, you ain't kidding. My cup is everything. It's not easy being a princess, I'm telling you. I never got tied up in, when I was very young, it was a lot of, in the gay community, we were very tight because times were different back then. So there was a lot of girl this and girl that, and I never got into that. I was never part of the girl crowd, but I've always viewed myself as a princess. So
That's awesome.
So let's see who's next on our roster. Remember, if you would like a reading tonight, hashtag snake. All right. All in capital letters, my babies. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. Julianne Guthrie. How you doing, Julianne? Let's shuffle up, and Kristen, you go first this time, love.
Okay, so it's what needs to be shed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's put her on the big screen so we can see her.
Okay, so I pulled 3 tarot cards and an oracle card. I'm using the Dreamer's Tarot and the Prairie Majesty Oracle. Okay. Give me a second here. What needs to be shed? So you got balance, which is temperance. And then you got the Messenger of Wands, which is like the Knight of Wands. And then you got the 4 of Pentacles. And the Oracle card I pull says, what gift awaits? So what gift are you sitting on? What gift needs to come out of you? And so I'm reading these cards as saying you need to shine. There's a part of you that you're holding on too tightly to. I don't know why. I don't know what your motivation is, but you're holding too tightly to your resources that you can share with other people. And these are the gifts that you have to give. The balance card, temperance, is all about balancing those sides to yourself, the dark and the light, the giving and the getting. And this is telling me that you're out of balance, that you are yeah, so like you're this something about the gifts that you have to give, they're out of balance because you have passion, there is passion there. And but for some reason you're holding on to it, you're holding on to what these gifts that you have, that are sort of suppressed or being held back. So that's what I have that needs to be shed.
Thank you for that. Now I have how to proceed. Let me embiggen myself right here in public and everything. Okay, so the cards that I drew for you, my dear, the Lover's card, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. Um, the first thing I noticed is that the Lovers and the Ten of Swords are both cards of Gemini. This tells me you're overthinking something. What started off as a good, relaxing project or a good, relaxing job or a good, relaxing situation has turned into a mind fuck for you, basically, is what it is. Things aren't going the way you want. Um, in your thought process. So we've got, let me back up. The Lovers, one-on-one interactions. All right. It's also a card of Gemini, which makes your brain go like this. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. He's the most cautious. He thinks things through carefully before he steps. I've always loved this card because he's staring at that damn ball. He's staring at that pentacle like it's going to give him the answers. When this card is reversed, what I'm getting from it is you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on the wrong aspect of something. And going forward, you may need to shed certain things, certain belief systems in order to come out on top. All right. The last card we have, the Ten of Swords in reverse. Again, a card of Gemini, a card of overthinking. When this card is reversed, you're screwing your own head over. All right, it might be time to bring certain things to a close, as with the Ten of Swords, which will open up your brain for different things. You'll be able to focus on other things. So if there's something you've been trying to make work out of stubbornness, ditch it, bitch. Okay? Don't. All right. You need to. This is saying change your way of looking at things, change your expectations of other people because they're never going to meet your expectations. Okay. Um, that's pretty much all I have for you right now. But the last thing I want to say is since that pentacle is there right in the middle, this says it's probably a family or a work situation that's going on that you're trying to hold on to. And if it's a work situation, I don't want you to go jumping up and writing your letter of resignation or anything like that. No, no, no. Please um, think things through carefully, any move you make. All right. It's called the Finestra Tarot Mora. Um, thank you for asking. It's a really beautiful deck. I love. It's got a real 30s vibe to it, 20s, 30s. Um, let's see what she says. Totally resonates. Dropping. Drop in the past and opening a new corner and such. That's exactly it. But take into account that if you're ditching all this stuff that's not working for you because of the way you're looking at things, you get rid of it and bring in all new things, but you're dealing with it in the same way, so you're getting the same results. That's not good. All right. You need to change your way of thinking here with those swords. So thank you. And thank you, dear. Thank you for letting us read for you. This deck is gorgeous, Moira. It really is. Um, it's look at the backs. Isn't that gorgeous? Two roses.
Beautiful.
And I like decks that you can read reverse like that. Okay. Now, who do we got? Who do we got? Maru. One of my favoriteest people in the world. She's so clever, so quick. Ah, Joanne, that is so beautiful. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Yes! I wish I would have thought to say that. Perfectly worded. Nathan, you're back! Oh,
Yay!
I'm so sorry, my bro. That was my bad. All right, start your comment. I got you, Nathan. You're his stuff. I was panicking this whole time. I was like, I kicked him out. Okay, now, body. We're gonna switch back. And actually, I'm already up here. I'll go first. So I'm gonna start organizing my first psychic fair as an organizer. How cool is that?
Nice.
I have a friend who's been on my channel a lot, Frankie, and she organizes local events. But Frankie's going to be moving, and I want us to continue to have these type of events. So I decided to step up. And my husband's like, another thing? You're doing something else?
Of course.
He went out of town last month for a visit to his family. So while he was gone, I started a freaking company. All right. 1, 2, 3. Maru. The first card we have for you is Reverse Justice. All right. The first thing I thought of when I saw this card is you're having a serious problem with a single individual. Um, Hold on a second. Somebody's trying to get you to either believe what they believe or do what they do, but either way, they're trying to force their ways on you. This is a very uncomfortable situation to be in. Uh, Hold on a second. this is a contest that you're in. That's the only way I could see it. I'm trying to juggle it around in my head. I'm trying to call on different aspects of the cards, but they're like not taking hold, which tells me I'm right on the first aspect that I'm reading. This is you having a one-on-one problem with somebody who is being spiteful towards you. I say that because the last card is the Five of Swords in reverse. Ain't that pretty? Okay. Um, somebody's being spiteful for you, but yet you're rising above everything right now. You are victorious because we've got that middle card, the Six of Wands, the card of victory. This is Leo energy. You're shining bright. You cannot be fucked with on this matter. So it's time to cut certain things out on that level. I can't see what, but I can see you know already what this is. Um, somebody in your life is being a dick, basically. It's time to shut that door. That's all I got for you. Now, for how to proceed, I give you Kristen.
Woohoo! Okay, so I am using the Tarot of the Huntress and the Healing Heart Oracle. So I got the Empress, the King of Fire, the Nine of Earth. But the Oracle card I got was the Rebellious Heart. Think for yourself. So I see this spread as basically stepping into your power. These are cards. These are very powerful cards. You know, when you got the Empress, who is a creative mother figure, and she's not someone who takes things lightly when it comes to the things that she holds dear, the people she holds dear, or the creative projects she holds dear. The King of Fire is a character of leadership. This is about stepping into that role of being a leader of your own life. And so this is an act of courage. So it's not easy to see someone who thinks differently than you, who goes against your value system, and to either stand up for yourself or walk away from them. It's not easy. I mean, you got the Nine of Earth here, and this is a card of owning your own worth. It's about recognizing all the hard work you've done in life, and knowing that, and having the confidence in what you've achieved in life. And so don't let anyone make you feel small. Don't make anyone make you feel like there's something wrong with you, that you need to be fixed. Just think for yourself. That's a very courageous move, to rely on your own intellect and your own intuition, and not doubt yourself so much when it comes to people that you're in conflict with. So that's what I have.
I love it. That's exactly good. Such good words tonight. Thank you, Kristen.
Yeah,
Thank you, Maru,
yeah,
for letting
you're
us read
welcome.
for you. Since you're up, why don't you go ahead and start off the next one with what do you need to shed for Miss Emily?
Okay.
I'm excited for the new year because the last year I found where I made a lot of my mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And this year I'm hitting the ground running because it seems like everything I need is being provided for me going forward, and I love that. It's so cool, you guys. When I was young, I used to watch somebody on TV called Walter Mercado. I don't know if you know of him, but he's a Mexican psychic and dressed like Liberace
Yes,
by,
yes, I know him. Yeah.
yes, Walter Mercado. Um, my family used to watch that guy every day. And when I started doing live reads, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh my God, I'm Walter Mercado. That's all. Just a memory. Go for it. I miss my family dearly, and especially at this time of the year. My tias
Mhm.
were amazing women. Okay.
So, what needs to be shed? So, you got the Justice card, the Wheel, the Hermit, and then the Oracle card you got was Soar. Am I ready to be seen? So, I think what is being said here is that it's your time to shine. That you need to let go of the need to hide your light. You have, it's only fair. It's unjust that you are being ignored for, the awesomeness that you are. If that's ignored by other people, ignored by yourself, I don't know. The wheel to me is saying it's time. It's your time. It's your time to shine. And then the hermit this is a card of contemplation, but it's also a card of retreat. And I'm seeing this card as saying don't retreat. We're in a hermit year this year. But I'm thinking this is saying that you need to raise that lantern and shine your light to the world. And so what you need to shed is your smallness, the idea that you're not as unique and awesome as you are. Um, that's what I'm seeing here.
She says she feels like she's in a cage. Oh, boo boo, I just want to hug you. Hey, Jenny, I had just said your name. I was using the example of how I blocked you one night. By accident, I kicked you out. I did the same thing again to Nathan right now. So, Jenny, the code for tonight is hashtag snake. What do you need to change? Or what do you need to shed? And how do you need to proceed? It's not funny. Don't laugh. Now, me, how do you proceed? This ties in perfectly with what she was saying because the first card I drew for you was the sun. Let me switch us around, shall I? Okay. The first card I drew for you is the sun. And I love this deck because it's not a little creepy. It's a cute guy. It's a cute little kid. The sun is the sun. The first thing I want to say to you is no matter where. Yes, yes, Planet. See, Walter Mercado in Spanish. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. That's me now in plaid. All right. The sun trumps anything it's next. When you have a reading and the sun is next to bad cards, it's the sun that you read on top. He is your wild card in Uno. Okay. The sun cannot be shut down. So know that. Yeah, I love my hat too, Jenny. Thank you. Um, a friend of mine put it on here. I'm gonna start putting her link on. People like these hats. Um, the next card is the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Magic. When you said that earlier, Kristen, I about shit myself with happiness because that's how I always view the Queen of Wands. She is the goddess to me. She is magic. All right. This is saying your magic is not being recognized properly. Okay, your things, and I'm thinking this has to do with work for you because the last card I drew is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, there's this way, and there him that way. This is saying that you are not being recognized for the hard work, hard labor you do, your skills, your craft. And I say skills because of that Queen of Wands. She is the skilled magic weaver. Um, you you've been in the shadow long enough, my love. Uh, That's right. Okay, wait. You betrayed yourself and stayed where you are for school, and it's killing me, but I don't have any way out for myself right now. That is what you got to go through. All right. This is a once in a lifetime lesson that you will be facing in this way. Don't feel like you betrayed yourself. You followed your intuition. All right. You've been watching these shows long enough to know how to hear your intuition. And your intuition told you, this is going to be fucked up, but I'm doing this. All right. You just got to deal with the bullshit now at this point. All right. Buckle up, Buttercup, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. But remember, you've got the sun in your reading. So no matter how bumpy it gets, you will come out on top. You've got people supporting you right now that, that are making you stay where, yeah, I'm trying to make me do something I'm not happy with. Well, that doesn't sound good.
Mm-mm.
That would be this card in reverse, somebody forcing you. All I can tell you at this point, my love, is that decisions have been made, lots have been cast, roles have been given. Your role now is to work your ass off while at the same time trying to hold on to your individuality. All right. Never forget who you are, no matter what people try to make you do. If you do it, tell yourself it's for this time, it's for this space in my life. You were told that if you transfer, then you would be homeless. Well, that's pretty fucked up of them to do that to you. But a point is a point in time. How cool is that? At this point, so yay, I was right. Um, Lean into it, baby girl. Can't believe I'm gonna say this. I saw a comic one time talking about this. He says when you're in an orgy and somebody sticks their finger near your butt, you've got two choices. You can try to get away, or you could lean into it. It may not. It made me laugh for days, man, when I heard that.
I
Um,
love it. Love it.
right now, honey, you're being forced to lean into it, but you're still in control. Be it power top, and that's the thing you wanted to do. Isn't going to support me in the future. Weave your world together yourself. These are the dark times you're going through. I went through a similar dark time with somebody giving me an ultimatum like that. Um, we do what we have to do to exist and survive. So you do that, baby girl. All right. Oh, look, my girlfriend's here. Maru, I'm busy. Can you handle that for me? I'd really appreciate it if this one would disappear. It looks like you guys are going to be making your moderator bones tonight. Okay. You feel like your soul is dying? Yeah, that's why it's called the dark times. This is the dark night of the soul for you. All right. but you will survive. You may not like the process. We rarely do. All right. But you will
I
survive.
think it's also important to keep in mind, try to keep a broader, long view of life. That what you're going through now, harvest from it what you can, skill sets,
Yes.
experiences, networking, connections. It's shit. Like they say, like if you have lemons, turn it into lemonade. Well, you don't have lemons, you have dog shit. What do you do with dog shit? It's fertilizer. And that's all you can do. That's the best you can do with what you're doing. Distress tolerance, get support that while you're going through this, and trying to see what you're going through more strategically in the long view, as far as down the road, what you're going through now serve you later on. That's what just came to mind
Yeah,
as well.
I agree. In the dark times that I went through, yeah, weave your world together yourself. Things aren't always, think of a nest being made. No, that's a bad analogy. I'm just going to say, learn from the darkness, learn from the pain you're going through, know yourself, know te satan. That is my favorite saying, know thyself. It's Latin. Look how clever I am. Um, Maru says, this is your Ten of Wands moment, baby girl. It is. You're being weighed down with shit that you don't want to carry. But tens are the end. And then we go back to the beginning. Once you've survived this, you got it, Buttercup. Thank you for letting us read for you, Emily. And I'll be sending you of tonight when I do my gratefuls. My gratefuls. I need to come up for a better name for it than that. Counting my blessings, but I just don't like the way that sounds because of the whole
Yeah,
Christian. All right,
yeah.
so I call it something else. Joanne Miranda. I love sing it like that, like Carmen Miranda.
So
You're
am I
welcome,
up
man.
first, or
Yes. Why don't we do you up first?
okay?
You're already sitting there. Carmen. Not Carmen. I almost gave Carmen Miranda a reading. Joanne. Oh, Susie. I don't know what that means, but my eyes are not sunken. They're wasted. Okay. But please, Kristen, I accept it. Glimmers. Yeah, he does. Gerald finds the joy in everything. I love that. Yeah,
Okay, well, I'm using my own deck, the Star Rune Oracle.
I was
Um,
hoping you would.
and I got Fehu, I Am Enough. Nauthiz, Restrained. And you got Issa, Focus. So there's a couple messages coming out here. But I think what this is basically saying is you need to stop the frenetic thinking of that you're not enough. Like the self-deprecation, negative self-talk. That's what I'm seeing in the Issa focus. You see, like she has no focus. She's like all over the place, and it's because her thoughts are not focused enough. And now she's restrained. shows the weight of, negative self-talk. I don't know how, long or what kind of negative self-talk that you are putting yourself through, but that's the situation that I'm seeing. Because Fehu is a card of fertility. It's about abundance. And this is doubting your personal abundance. And it's telling me that you're thinking that in some situation, in some way, in some factor in your life, you think that you're just not good enough. So that's the situation I'm seeing that needs to be shed.
You're still reading, or is it me?
No, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello. I got. I had to look something up real quick. Actually, one of my dear friends looked it up real quick. So, for you, how to proceed once you've shed all the bullshit? We have the Page of Wands in reverse. This to me is studying and learning the skills that are more esoteric. Okay, not doctors, but I'm feeling healing energy from this reading. Um, Joanne, my memory sucks, so if we've discussed this in prior readings, are you a healer? Do you um are you studying Reiki or witchcraft right now? Because this is a card saying to study the unseen arts as a healer. You're you got a lot of fire energy, and I'll tell you that's both good and bad. The Page of Wands, fire card. Okay, somebody who's just learning, but their path hasn't been defined yet. That's why it's upside down. The Strength card in reverse. This is Reiki energy to me. This is the universe's fire within our bodies. So if you start at the root chakra and work your way up, right in the middle of our bodies is the solar plexus chakra. Okay, that's the center of our being. That is our sun. All right, this card is related to the sun. Uh, you feel that. She says she's a teacher and a healer. Perfect. The remember I told you this is both good and bad. You've got a lot of fire. The final part is you've got the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay. This is saying you're trying to heal too fucking much. All right. Healer, heal thyself. I have this problem. I had somebody in my coven stop me the other day, well, and basically read me to filth. Have you been taking care of yourself? Have you been cleansing your chakras? Have you been doing this? And I was like, no. And I felt like a third grader. All right. I was ashamed of myself that I had not been giving myself proper care when I'm sitting here telling everybody you need to take care of yourself. But the gods don't play with me, so they put this person in my path, and now I will be more conscious of myself as well as others. Um, oh, hi, Audra. Thank you. Oh, yay! I love ancient Elizabeth. So, healer, heal thyself because you're carrying around a lot of bullshit you shouldn't be carrying, right? This is a lot of negative energy. When we put these with the other two cards and the fact that you are a healer, this is saying you're managing to do your healing work, but you're not releasing it properly, my love. So I'm hoping I'm wrong, but if I'm not wrong, start doing cleansing baths, start doing chakra work, start um, wearing citrine. I love citrine. Look, I got it on right now. This necklace is citrine with a mercury coin for Hermes. Um, it transmutes negative energy. Um, yes, I see that. Honey, I'm going to go ahead and tell you to stop trying to do shit like that with me because, yes, I am going to meet a tragic fate. I'm terminally ill, you silly bitch. Now I'm going to say goodbye to you. Bye! Ugh, people like that piss me off. Um, don't fall for the lie that you can handle one more reading. All right, you need to start taking care of yourself better. And thank you for letting me read for you. Thank you, Bobby and Kristen. I've let myself go for a bit. I know it's so easy to do. We do it without thinking. We take on other people's emotional baggage. We take on their magical baggage when we're healing them. Um, we take on that baggage too. And the point is to release it right after the reading. But I'll admit, a lot of the times I end up carrying it around with me, and I shouldn't do that. So I'm telling you, you need to do that. All right. Now I shake my finger in thy face. Thank you for letting us read for you. Oh, no. Nathan. Nathan, are you still here, bro? I hope I didn't scare him off. Nathan. Yes, there he is. Okay. Since I'm on this side, I'll go ahead and start with what to shed, and then you can handle what how to proceed after. Okay. Nothing makes me happier than the sound of cards shuffling. And just for everybody's benefit, I believe Susie Q was Tarot Destroyer.
Oh, gotcha.
Whoa. Nathan, um, I what I'm getting from when I do spreads and readings, there's my personal power I draw from, there's my spirit guides I draw from, there's certain family members I draw from, there's the gods that I draw from. What I'm feeling in this reading right off the bat, because it was a call to shuffle in a certain way, that's divine energy, my friends. So we've got divinity in the house. That means this is. Yep, and as Ginger says, there goes the tingles. Okay. So this message is very important, and it's very important that I get it right. So give me a sec. Please remember, all readings are for entertainment purposes only. Do not make major life decisions based on what we say. We are not professionals, lawyers, doctors. I hate saying that, but it's important. Hmm. Nathan, I am going to ask you before we start, do you have a specific deity that you work with? Because that'd cut a lot of the time out of the reading right there. Who is trying to get through to you? And then I'll tell you who I think it is. I see no answers, so Metatron. I was afraid you were going to freaking say Metatron. Okay. Um, Metatron has a vibe. That's all I could say. It's a vibe. I don't feel physical vibrations when I do readings unless I'm working with angels. And there's certain angels that I vibe with and certain angels that I don't vibe with as much. Metatron is one that I don't vibe with as much, but doesn't mean they don't make an appearance. The first card I have for you is the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, there we go. And there we go. This is saying you're surrounded by illusion right now. Okay. The Hanged Man is forced to find a new way to do things. Mainly, he's forcing himself. The idea of the Hanged Man is you're in this situation to find a new way of doing things. Okay, I know you can't see my hands with that. I'm getting a couple things. Number one is that the Hanged Man is associated with the planet Neptune. Neptune is associated with illusions, dreams, spirituality. We're gonna, as soon as I said spirituality, that's the one. You're due for an upgrade, is what I'm saying. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, we've met this lovely lady in previous readings, right? Brennan, I think we could go ahead and get you in. You'll be our last reading of the night. Okay. The Queen of Wands in reverse is magic that's not being allowed to flow freely. Okay. It's a mix of water and fire. That's balance and alchemy. Okay. The last card we have is the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands is a card of communication for me, things happening very quickly. It's also the only one that's right side up. Okay. This is associated with Sagittarius and healing. All right. Spirituality, the wounded warrior surviving, standing. If I add all these three together, what I get from this is you're having trouble balancing your emotions properly. There's some anger and fire energy that you're having to deal with. All right. We need to get that queen turned right side up. We need to get the magic flowing properly with you. Um, if we're talking Metatron energy, it's your spiritual path needs to be realigned. All right. The last card I told you deals with Sagittarius. The goal of Sagittarius is to find healing, to find spirituality. So, what I'm feeling from this for you, Bo, is you're due for a spiritual upgrade. It's time to step into the next module if you were in school. Okay, it's time to begin the next book. It's time for the new chapter in your spirituality to start. You've been reticent for too long. You've sat on this fence, is what I'm getting. It's time to make a choice. It's time to become what you were meant to be. Um, I love this because we've got the hanged man finding his path. We've got the queen, which is you, a caring person who cares about healing. And then we've got the eight, which is all about communicating your needs. Remember, Metatron is all about communication. Okay. So it's time to make what you want to do known. It's time to tell it to the gods, Metatron, God, however you view it. All right. But it's time to do it. Raphael for healing, Gabriel for messages. I work with Gabriel because I'm a messenger. It's part of I do. All we'll do a show on the messengers another time. That's a great idea. Thank you, Maru, for giving me that idea. Um, don't be afraid. All right. I see no trouble, serious trouble hitting you. How to proceed after you've shed what you need to shed is with passion. Fire is dominant in this reading. You need to proceed with passion. Communicate your needs not only to yourself, but the universe and the people around you. All right. Thank you for letting us read for you tonight, my friend. And I'm sorry for kicking you out of the room. Okay. On Star. And then our last reading for this evening is going to be Brandon. You want to go first, Kristen?
Sure.
What do you need to shed?
Okay, what do we need to shed? Okay, so the cards that I pulled for what he needs to shed, I pulled 5 actually. And I got Thorisaz, conflict. And then I have Uru's power. And so I'm thinking at the base, the foundation of this reading is about conflict and owning your power. But the situation that you're in is like you have the 5 of Pentacles here, which is a card of a poverty mindset, a feeling of like there's something missing. And you also got the Star, which is don't lose hope is what it's saying. It's like you do have hope. It's not like you're despairing. Just focus on that guiding star is what it's calling you to do. And then you got the Hermit. So you're turning inward. There's some thinking that you need to do. There's some contemplation. So you need to withdraw a bit. So this could be just a situation of, so you did get the conflict card. So I don't know if you're in conflict with someone or if this is an inner conflict. I'm going to say this is inner conflict. That there's something that you're wrestling with. And that relates back to you feeling like you just don't have enough at your disposal. That you are you don't realize that there is assistance, that you can turn to. You feel alone, maybe in your struggles. Um, but don't lose hope. I think you have a lot of tools at your disposal. You have a lot of inner power to work with. Um, Uruz is a very powerful rune. So I have a lot of hope for anything that you're going through, what you're struggling with, and you feel like you can't turn to anyone else, and you can't get help. Um, I think that that's an illusion, that there are things that you can do in the face of this inner conflict that you're feeling. Again, I don't know exactly what that inner conflict is. Maybe Bobby has more insight into what that might be, but that's what I have. So,
Okay. Well, so what I have for you is two majors and a court. The two majors are the magician in reverse, the world in reverse, and the court card is the Queen of Pentacles. So, let's see. Last year you had a painful breakup, lost a family member, went into poverty mindset, hermit mode, and now have hope for the future. And the cards are in perfect order. Good. Everybody goes through their dark spots. We're alive. We are living beings, which means we're gonna have down spots. It's in the contract, right? Our goal is to find a way to overcome them, um, and to settle these. I call them five spots. To settle these five spots. Okay. Fives in tarot on the tree of life are ruled by the planet Mars. That's not really a surprise, is it? Mars is very shake this shit up type energy. Okay. That's why fives take the suit to their most troubling aspect. Okay. The magician in reverse with the question how to proceed after this shed, you haven't decided how you want to build your house yet. You haven't decided your own parameters yet, how much room you're working with. You need to define yourself a little more. All right. The magician card, I say house and building because he's ruled by the Hebrew letter Bet, which means house. The magician uses the tools available to him to build something new, to create, to manifest. That's why he's called the great manifester. What I'm getting from this is you're not in sync with yourself quite yet. You're still dealing with that hermit mindset you were talking about. Um, I know that there may be feelings of restriction for you because we have the world card in reverse. That's a pretty card here. I'll show you that way. But Homegirl's in reverse. Um, she's called the dancer for a reason. You're not being allowed to dance properly. You're being restricted. This card is ruled by Saturn, which is very restrictive. But what you don't realize with Saturn being restrictive there is that it's the same energy as the world card. Saturn pulls things in, Saturn finds it in order to give birth because after the world card, we go back to the Fool. Okay, Saturn pulls things in and gives birth. It uses that energy to create something new. You're being restricted, though. You're not being allowed to create what you need to create properly at this time. Both of your major arcana cards are in reverse. Now, there's 22 majors. We're going to get all teacher here for a second. There's 22 majors, right? But the first card in the major arcana is the Fool. All right. He's not actually part of the major arcana. He's the protagonist. He takes the journey through the major arcana. So what I have before me is the first card and the last card, both of them in reverse. This is saying the path you've been on has been very restrictive. However, you are now at a point where you have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a lot of things, including caring, caring about the world, caring about people, caring about family. It's water of earth. When you water earth, things grow. It's just a thing, whether it's weeds or what. So you need to control what you want to grow with that seed. Okay. Start looking into yourself. You had that hermit time. Use what you came up with. Use what you learned in pulling back from things. All right. Good. I'm glad it makes perfect sense to you. Um, the bad spot looks like it's pretty much over. It's time to begin again. Every time I hear those words, I shit myself a little bit inside because I'm like, oh man, here we go again. You know, but you have the opportunity with the Queen of Pentacles to be in charge of what grows. Be the gardener. Okay, tend to what you want to tend. Water what you need to water in order for things to grow properly. That's pretty much all I got for you, Boo. Thank you for letting us read for you. Okay, you guys, thank you for joining Kristen and I tonight. I had a lot of fun with you, Kristen. You're
This
such a
was
good reader.
wonderful. Well, thank
And
you.
please tell everybody what deck you came out with.
That's the Star Rune Oracle. You can find it on Make Playing Cards. So yes, it's all based on the Elder Futhark. So yes, and then there's 3 cards for each rune. So
That's awesome. 3 cards for each room? That's
yes, and then
okay, that's
there's
cool.
yeah, and then there's one card. It's terrible. I'm being put on the spot, but there's one card that is about relationships, and there's 3 choices. You can take two men, 2 women, or a man and a woman. So those are the options in the deck. So
I'd leave them all in there and just have a big old party.
yeah, I love it. I love it.
I hope everybody had a lot of fun. Please go subscribe to Kristen's channel. Um, Thank you, everybody. Oh, it's okay, Jenny. You're always in our streams, and I look forward to seeing you. Um, yeah, that's it. Everybody, have a good night. Kristen and I will be getting together in the future sometime. We'll talk about it backstage. And mwah! Bye.